Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, coming to you once again from beautiful Barcelona, Spain. We're having a wonderful time here. I did come across some very interesting statistics of late that have been happening specifically here in Spain, and that is the rise of Spanish evangelicalism. It's frankly on fire. The evangelical church has doubled in size here in just the last 20 years. And it's largely through the migration of Latin Americans coming over to Spain. They're coming over here and they're finding the Catholic Church to be not particularly hospitable to them. This is what the testimony is that tends to come from those who convert over to evangelicalism and Pentecostalism. And so what we're finding is upwards of about 20% of migrants from Latin America are now immersed in the evangelical church here, and it's helping to swell those numbers dramatically. Now, it tends to be very specific to the big cities like Barcelona, like Madrid, like Valencia. Still, to this day, about 90% of Spain does not have any real significant evangelical presence. But even in those areas, the Catholic Church seems to be doing very, very well, particularly post-pandemic. There were reports that we're seeing upticks in the amount of people who voluntarily give 1% of their income tax to the Catholic Church. It's about 20% of the population here in Spain. The Catholic Church receives upwards of about 300 billion euros in support from the Spanish government, which is pretty impressive for sure. And I'm reading reports that baptisms are up significantly. It seems like Spaniards are having kids once again. And we're also seeing marriages, sacramental Catholic marriages up significantly as well. And what scholars are noticing is this all seems to have happened post-pandemic. So there seems to have been a real significant crisis of meaning for people during the pandemic. And they're going, for lack of a better term, they're going back to the church to restore a sense of meaning and purpose. And so what we seem to be seeing is a combination of a sort of resurgent Catholicism in the rural areas of Spain, while at the same time we're seeing a massive explosion in evangelicalism happening, particularly in the cities like Madrid and here in Barcelona.
Gang, as you know, we look out for each other on this channel. Your safety and your security are our #1 priority. So if you haven't secured the deed to your home as of yet, you need to click on that link below right now and protect yourself and your loved ones. I was absolutely shocked when I found out how easy it is to access the deed to my house, and not just access it, but actually change it. The deed to your home is the only document that proves you own it. But the problem is that all our deeds are now online, and criminals are free to find your deed, forge your signature, refile as the new homeowner, take out tons of loans using your home's equity, and then they stick you with all the debt. But that's where our good friends over at Home Title Lock come in. Gang, they're simply amazing. Home Title Lock gives you the peace of mind that the deed to your home is absolutely and completely protected 24/7. Click on that link below right now. Use promo code TurleyTalks. And all you got to do is enter your address for your no obligation home title scan to see if you've already been a victim of deed theft. It's a $100 value, absolutely totally free with my promo code TurleyTalks. Gang, don't wait for the worst to happen only to regret you didn't do something about it when you could have. Do what I've done. Do what countless patriots have done. Click on that link below right now and secure your home today.
But all of that suggests that we are possibly seeing a return of faith, at least here in Spain. We'll take a look at what's going on in France and Italy as we get there in some of my other travels in the next week. But from what people I've been talking to here, they have been suggesting that there is something happening here. It's a very interesting backlash against what they see in terms of the Islamification of their country. And instead of going secular, they're recognizing that secularism is too much of a vacuum, a spiritual vacuum, for them to be able to push back against that Islamification. And so, as a mechanism of cultural resistance against that, they seem to be re-embracing their Christian traditions, particularly in terms of national identity. And so what I think we're going to continue to see in the years ahead is a revitalization of Christian faith, particularly cultural Christianity, but that's going to also be accompanied by a reestablishment of, or a resurgence in baptisms and in distinctively sacramental Christian weddings, as well as missionary efforts on the part of, sorry, my hat's about to blow off here. I don't want to go chasing it. Missionary efforts of Protestant, Evangelical, and particularly Pentecostal ministers. It's really fascinating stuff. A lot of them are American, interestingly. They're not necessarily Spanish. They're American, and those American pastors are sort of the via media for the surge in Latin American immigration that's coming over here to Spain. And instead of going into the Catholic Church, they're going more and more into Evangelical and Pentecostal churches, which is revitalizing a surge in faith, while at the same time, the Catholic Church is enjoying a growth as well, particularly in baptisms and distinctively confessional marriages, sacramental marriages, post-pandemic, in what scholars are calling a post-pandemic search for meaning. So all of that suggests something may be afoot here in Spain that suggests possibly the beginning of a resurgence in Christian commitment. God bless.